that what's first?
Hey everyone, welcome to MJC Jazz and Conversation.
We have an exciting show today featuring somebody new to me and somebody who is one of my all-time South Florida favorites. So I'm really excited that you're going to get to meet these two amazing people and maybe learn something about them. But first, I wanted to take the time to let you know that a lot of people are celebrating, you know, anniversaries and birthdays and special occasions, you know, during this time of quarantine, and we can't do all these big, you know, parties and stuff like that. So it's going to be Nikki's birthday on Wednesday. So I decided to do a little surprise for him, which I'm going to share with you now. I sent a little happy birthday thing to a group of his friends. Not all of his friends, and anybody who I left out, I apologize, but I could only fit 9. And so I sent it around, and so we're going to play this little short video, and then we're going to speak to a special secret guest.
Oh, okay.
Surprise!
Wow, well, I guess here we go.
So here's the video.
Wow.
So I know the sound was terrible. I kind of messed up. I was learning the program and realized that everybody was supposed to wear headphones, which only about half of the people did.
I'm thinking that's the way it always sounds when they sing live.
It's true. It probably covered up some sadness. But anyway, we all love you.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to bring a special guest
surprise.
to help somebody that you have not seen in person in a while.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and this
Click right
birthday cake
Okay.
square you're going to bring up. And
Oh! Hi, my love, my sweetie.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh my God. Well, here we are being broadcasters. This is my daughter, Angelica.
there she
Hello,
is.
everyone.
I'm
Oh my
sure
God,
we
you
have,
guys are so cool. You have your own web show.
Oh,
Like,
yes,
wow.
you know.
right?
It's a whole new career.
It's crazy. I don't know how this happened, but here we are.
Yes, we are.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, sweetie. How have you been?
Oh, I'm chilling. You know, I'm working and man, everything's all the days are meshing into one. So
I know.
I'm just eager to see you guys on
Oh,
Wednesday.
yeah. I can't
All
wait.
that. So, but yeah, we're just doing what we do,
She
rewatching Game of Thrones. So
Oh, again? Well, all 8 seasons?
yes.
She sent me a text earlier about what she could get me. I'm like, I think a big bottle of margarita mix.
There you go.
So-
I asked if you want a flavor.
Surprise me.
I'll surprise you, but yeah. Oh my gosh, guys.
Oh, how fun.
You,
I miss you too. Love you.
Thanks so much for helping me surprise him.
of
Oh,
course.
this was the best.
So cute.
Can't wait till we can go back to Disney World again.
Oh my gosh.
That's the next. Right when it opens, we're there.
Absolutely. Well, sweetie, are you going to stay watching the show, I hope?
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it for quite a while. So
Awesome.
I'll
Okay,
be
well,
here. Just
thank
wanted
you.
to say hi and love you and stuff.
Love you, sweetie.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. So
Oh, that's good.
there's your birthday.
Oh, you're good.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. So just remember that
I will
when I'm
remember
not good. Remember how good I was. All right. So we took care of that. I'm happy it worked out. I was a little nervous about that. But so we're going to introduce our first guest. And Her name is Alex Brandenburg, and she is a really lovely singer and piano player, and she's just a sweet person. We want to tell you that while in high school, Alex studied with renowned musicians and educators such as Matt Harris and Tierney Sutton, who is one of my favorite singers. And Alex is a graduate teaching assistant at the University of Miami, where she studies with Dr. Kate Reed. Hi, Kate. She sings in the Downbeat Award-winning vocal group Extensions, and she directs jazz vocal too also. She's performed in major concerts, such as the Stanford Jazz Festival and Jazz Roots at the Arch Center. And without further ado, to sing for us right off the bat, here is Alex Brandenburg.
Hello. So glad to be here. This first tune I'm going to play is one of my favorite standards. This is Like Someone in Love. Lately, I find myself out gazing at stars, hearing guitars like someone in love. Sometimes the things I do astound me, mostly whenever you're around me. Lately I seem to walk as though I have wings, bump into things like someone in love. Each time I look at you, I limp as a globe and feeling like someone in love. But lately I find myself out gazing at stars and hearing guitars like someone in love. I'm like someone, and sometimes the things I do astound me, but it's mostly whenever you're around me. And lately I find myself walking as though I have wings and bump into things like someone in love. And each time I look at you, I limp as a globe, and I'm feeling like someone. I'm feeling like someone. I'm feeling like someone in love. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Hi, Professor Lindsay. It's so fun to see these comments. This next tune I'm gonna play is another one of my favorite standards. This is a Hoagie Carmichael composition called Skylark. Skylark, have you anything to say to me? Won't you tell me where my love can be? Is there a meadow in the mist where someone's waiting to be kissed? Skylark, have you seen a valley green with spring, where my heart can go a journeying over the shadows and the rain to a blossom-covered lane?
beautiful. That's so beautiful. I know it's so weird without an audience, isn't it? You're just
Right.
like, oh.
That was great.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
How are you surviving in the pandemic?
Okay.
Yeah.
Every day is kind of like, it's a little bit of a roller coaster, but kind of getting the hang of like taking class and teaching from this little station here. This is kind of
Right.
like, this is the place. Taking the lessons and teaching the lessons and practicing the things. It's in this little
Control
box of
room.
space.
Yep.
Well, so it looks like you really started when you were very young. How did like you knew you wanted to be a singer or a musician or what? How did that all occur?
My mom is a musician.
Okay.
So that's actually my mom's friend Dana. They've known each other since high school. So she was my first piano teacher.
Okay.
I'm like probably 4 or 5.
Wow.
My mom is a saxophonist. She's a music educator. My mom was actually my band director for 5 years.
Wow.
And, my mom and my stepdad were my high school band directors.
Oh, that's amazing.
So my mom.
Or was
basically-
it?
it was awesome. I loved it.
Okay.
So when I was like 4 or 5, my mom kind of was like, okay, you're going to start piano lessons and you're required to take them till you're 16 as like part of your schooling. And by the time you hit 16, if you don't like it, you can quit after that. But it's kind of funny because by the time I hit 16, I was actually like more serious about it than ever. Because
Okay.
I kind of just, I always liked it, but I didn't get like super heavy into, I want to go to school to do this until
Right.
like I was in high school probably.
Is this your debut here?
Yeah, that's actually, my mom was recording a record with the band she was in, and I was running around the studio there, I guess. So she snapped that in the middle. I used that for a recital poster a couple years ago.
Oh,
That's
that's
great.
great. Of course.
But what we really want to know, get the other one ready. I want you to tell us about this picture. You sent this to us, and we just got the biggest,
Oh, I love this.
laugh of it because it's so adorable. And you'll have to read. I feel like I want you to read it. Can you read it or should?
I can read it. Yeah. So that's my 3rd grade school picture. It's
Oh
in
my
like
goodness.
that's a snap from a like a school year's memory book. Like in 3rd grade, I did
Yeah.
this and all the pictures, whatever. So
Oops, hold on.
Oh, it's okay. I'll see if I can read my own handwriting. Oh gosh. The people I admire most are Barbara Morrison and Alicia Keys because Barbara is an inspirational singer and Alicia plays piano and sings and writes her own songs, so she is very talented. Also, because I want to be a singer when I grow up.
Oh, that is so fun. It's so cool that you have that your mom's thought to save it
Right.
and whatnot. So who are your influences as singers or?
Currently, wow. The first like jazz singer I ever listened to was Ella, which I feel like is everybody's kind of like gateway, every jazz singer.
Yeah.
And I obviously that's like is a very special place in my heart. I think my like biggest influences right now are Carmen McRae and also Shirley Horn. I'm listening to a lot of Shirley Horn.
And both of them played piano, so
Yeah,
that's
right.
cool.
Yeah, and I think the Shirley especially she's able to phrase so musically at such slow tempos and groove so much and make it so much about the lyric of what she's singing. So that's kind of what I've been digging into.
Yeah. Amazing. And when you were young, like who I mean, well, you said Ella, but you mentioned Barbara Morrison in your picture.
Yeah, so that's kind of funny because I wasn't really into jazz music probably till I was like 14.
Oh,
so I
well.
was like 8 or 9 in that. I know, right? So old. No, no, but I was like 8 or 9 in that picture, so I wasn't like into Barbara necessarily. But I went to a concert of hers with my mom, and then my mom's coworker at the time, who eventually became one of my teachers. His name is John Loring. He was my 8th grade English teacher, but at the time he was just my mom's coworker. So he and his wife took my mom and I to see Barbara Morrison with the Clayton Brothers.
Oh, wow.
And at intermission, we went to go buy a CD of hers, and she kind of knelt down kind of to me and was like, are you a jazz fan? And it's not that I was necessarily, at 8, I was listening to, Disney Radio Disney. But
Yeah.
like I was exposed to a lot of jazz, and it wasn't that I wasn't a jazz fan, so I said yes. I said, yeah, I am. And she then refused to let my mom pay for the CD.
Wow.
And just handed it to me. And then the best part about it, though, too, was a lot later. My fiance he's a trombone player. A couple years ago, she has her own performing arts center in LA, and she was doing this, like, Dinah Washington tribute show. And my fiance was playing in the band for her show. So I went to go see this show, and I got to tell her afterwards. I was like, hey, when I was 9, you gave me the CD for free.
Wow.
So and she was a lot older. She was in a wheelchair. So it was cool. I got to kind of like shake her hand and say, hey, like, I'm a jazz singer in college now, and like I saw you when I was 8.
Isn't that
Or
funny?
9 or whatever. So it was cool. It was like,
And you never know what your words or actions are going to do for somebody in 20 years, or
yeah, right.
you know,
I
it's kind of
remember
an
that a lot.
interesting.
Well, I guess at this point, have you met Alicia Keys too, or is that still pending?
Not middle-
Okay, that's coming up, just so you know, because apparently everything that you wrote there has come to pass.
So fun. Yeah.
So can you
That's
play
good.
another song for us?
Oh yeah, of course.
That'd be great.
I'm gonna play an Antonio Carlos Jobim tune called Triste.
Nice.
Sad is to live in solitude, far from your tranquil altitude. Sad is to know that no one ever can live on a dream that never can be, will never be. Dreamer away, wake up and see your beauty is an aeroplane. So high, my heart can't bear the strain. A heart that stops when you pass by, only to cause me pain. Sad is to live in solitude. Far from your tranquil altitude. Sad is to know that no one ever can live on a dream that never can be, will never be. Dreamer, wake up and see your beauty is an aeroplane. So high, my heart can't bear the strain. A heart that stops when you pass by, only to cause me pain. Sad is to live in solitude. Solitude.
Oh yeah, can't go wrong with Jobim.
No. Really nice. That was just great.
So Alex, you played multiple instruments growing up, right? I see this picture here.
Oh,
Yes, I was pit captain of my high school marching band. So yeah, I going into middle school, my mom was the band director at my middle school, and then she moved up to the high school in my district, so she was my band director in both schools.
That's amazing.
I was going into 6th grade, and my mom was both the band and choir teacher at my new middle school. So
You couldn't escape her.
I know, right? But I had wanted to be in choir, and I loved to sing, and my mom was like, just trust me on this one. I want you to do band. And I was like, but why? Like, I don't want to learn a new instrument. Like, I already play the piano. She was like, I know the kids, like, I just feel like the band kids are your people. Like, just try it. And I was like, okay, fine. And so I did it, and I ended up picking percussion.
Cool.
And she had a very specific test for because obviously when you're in 6th grade, you go around and try all the embouchures and like try the instruments that work that you gel the best with.
Yeah.
And for the percussionist, she had like an extra set of tests because she didn't want to put kids in the percussion section who were going to get overwhelmed by all the big toys and
Just wanted to bang on something.
Yes, or would struggle to like keep a beat or whatever. So I had to like go through a little bit more of a thing. She would like have us like try to keep steady time and also just like make sure we weren't like we could stand still for 45 minutes
Right.
back there.
Right.
So yeah, I played percussion all through
And
middle school and high school.
Put that
and,
picture. Put the picture back. You know, in this picture, it occurred to me the expression on your face really makes you look like Scarlett Johansson.
That's
You
so
know,
funny.
and so now I see there's now I look at you and I can say, oh wow, she's like a resemblance to Scarlett Johansson.
Funny
There's
enough,
something
I do
about.
a lot.
Do you?
And
Well-
I don't. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, well, that's really flattering. But like, I don't know. But I hear it like quite often, which is surprising to me. But
Well, there you go.
that's nice. Thank you.
And we've got like Matt Wigler's watching, and he was, he's got.
We had some of these comments while you were playing.
Oh, cool. That's my grandma. With the
Oh, nice.
Oh, there you go. Somebody from Canada was
wow.
watching. We've
I
got.
had,
Yeah, just it's nice. It's nice to know that there are people out there, even.
oh, sorry.
Oh.
what was that? Speaking mine?
Is there any way to get her
I
voice
guess just
speaking
get closer
volume
to
up
the
at all?
mic.
And it's funny because we hear you super
Yeah.
good in the headphones, so maybe
Oh, okay.
maybe
Yeah.
you get a little loud. I don't know.
Turn up maybe they need to turn up their computer. It's possible.
I don't know.
That's
Well,
Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
oh,
We have-
look who's here.
Read.
When are you going to come on, Dr. Reed? It's time. We want you next.
Well, now
One of
that she's
these weeks.
here, why don't you tell us how did you get involved with
How did you
University
get
of
to
Miami?
U of M?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, kind of up through a couple of ways. John Versa, who's the chair of jazz studies at UM, is from my area. So he originally was teaching when I was like in high school, middle school, high school. He was teaching at Cal State Northridge, which is about 20 minutes away from where I live. It's my mom's alma mater. So basically, like all of the jazz festivals I went to, he was the guest clinician. And so I kind of like I actually wanted to go to CSUN because, well, it was my mom's alma mater. My piano teacher was the head of the department there, and Diversa taught there. And I was like, triple whammy, it's 20 minutes away, it's a cheap school to go to, great jazz program, done, sold. I was like 14, I'm like, great, awesome. And then I remember it was like, oh, Diversa's moving to Miami, and I was like, no. My plan is thwarted. And I really didn't want to leave California, even when I was like 17 or 18 applying to schools. I didn't want to get out of California, and UM ended up being the only school that I applied to that wasn't in California. So that, and also I had kind of like was talking with Dr. Reed when I was about 17 too, because Dr. Reed and her husband knew my dad when they were probably about my age now. So I kind of spoken to her a little bit before, and we kind of were talking. But the big thing that I loved was that I auditioned for both piano and voice programs because I didn't really know
Oh.
which one I wanted to do. And UM was the only school that I applied to where both the piano and the instrumental piano and the vocal instructor got back to me promptly and personally, and were like not only just like, yeah, sure, send this, but they were like very like Professor Bejarano, the piano teacher at UM,
Yeah.
like sent me back pretty right away, was like, hey, like send me some recordings of you so I can tell you some things you can practice, and like we'd love to have blah blah. And they were both like, yes, we'd love to have you try out for both programs and see which one's gonna
Great.
fit, whatever. And even while I was an undergrad, I would get emails from Professor Hirano, saying, hey, I've put all my students into studios and there's still, and on ensembles, and there's still these 4 ensembles that need somebody, do you want to play? So during undergrad, I got to play in a big band. I got to play in like Funk Fusion 2 ensemble. I got
Cool.
to I got to do a bunch of stuff, and I didn't feel like was the only school that I like. Both professors from both departments were
It's so great.
involved and
It's-
so willing to have me do everything.
Yeah, it's great that you didn't have to choose, like just pick, like that's it, and that's they really
Right.
are fostering. Well, and it's also so fantastic, to be able to play piano. It's just the best,
It is helpful. Yeah.
I wish I had, stuck to it, but
So-
now I have more time, so we'll see.
All right. Exactly. I think we have some piano classes coming up,
Yeah,
you and I.
maybe.
I have a clip here of you performing at UM. This Can Be Love. I'm going to play that for our audience, if you don't mind. There you go.
And this is you. Okay, great, perfect.
This can't be love because I feel so well. No sobs, no sorrows, no sighs. This can't be love, I get no dizzy spells. My head is not in the skies. My heart does not stand still, just hear it beat. This is too sweet to be loved. This can't be love because I feel so well, but still I love to look in your eyes. This can't be love because I feel so well. No sobs, no sorrows, no sighs. This can't be love, I get no dizzy spells. My head is not in the skies. My heart does not stand still, just hear it beat. This is too sweet to be loved. This can't be love because I feel so well. Still I love to look in your eyes. My heart does not stand still to see it beat. This is too sweet to be loved. This can't be love because I feel so well. Still I love to look in your eyes. Don't you know I really love to look in your eyes?
Uh-huh. That's great.
Yeah, that sounds good. Look at that. Oh my. Wash hands, wash hands, wash.
That's hilarious.
Is this your mom? We put the
Yeah. I feel
Teal. How do you say her last name?
Tyson. Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
mom.
Tyson. Yeah. And it's funny. We have some fans from Norway watching. Lillestrøm Jazz Club in Norway are tuned in. Nikki has and I recently have a connection with Norway, so we let them know. And so you've got people watching in Norway.
Cool.
Nikki's mom's watching. She says you sound great.
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom watching.
All the parents, all the rents are watching. That's nice.
And we had a couple of pictures here. I didn't want to put them up because I'm not sure where they are. So perhaps you can tell
Well,
us.
that was that. Was that the same?
What this is?
This is the same kind of clip that.
That's from that.
Yeah, so that was my senior recital.
Okay.
So it was funny
Okay.
watching that because that was like the opening tune of my senior recital. And I was just like remembering the sheer amount of nerves I was
Yeah.
experiencing singing.
Yeah.
That was that first tune that I was, and it was so fast too. I chose like the up bright thing as the first tune. Honestly,
Get it out of the
maybe
way.
it was good just to get all the jitters out right away. But yeah,
Absolutely.
that's from that same
Well,
thing.
you know what I find is part of the art of being a singer and performing a show is kind of finding that set list that feels good for you, because you can and I find like it really is an art form. Some singers, they like to start with the burners. Like you get the big burner up, the energy's up, you go. I've seen, like when I saw Natalie Cole, she started with a ballad, slow, but she's so like just filled the stage with confidence, and the whole, I mean, it was a theater, so it was like a big thing and everybody was just sucked in, and then some people like that medium tempo tune to set up just a comfortable groove.
Right.
And it's an interesting thing, like that is part of what makes an artist great, is knowing where, what for you, you need to start the show and where you're going to go from there. It's a cool thing.
Totally.
And this was?
This is Extension's last year singing with, that's Peter Eldridge on the far left.
New York
that was-
Voices.
so that was last year's, the first annual Jazz Vocal Invitational. And Peter was our guest artist, so that was our first time having this weekend. So there's the guest artists, and then there's also some high school and college ensembles that come visit, and they have a day of clinics and recordings and performances, and they get to work with Peter and other clinicians. But that was a really special thing to get to sing with Peter. He was just so fun and such a special person, and he I actually arranged one of his songs for my senior recital, and he out of everything he was doing that weekend, he made a point to beeline for me and sit down with me for a solid chunk of time and work with me on my chart.
Oh, nice.
He was just a dream. He was so awesome.
And do you have a preference for whether you like to sing in groups better or solo or?
Oh wow, there's that's so interesting. I think it's all just fun for different reasons. Like singing solo and singing with the group is exhilarating. There's so much skill to blending with other people, especially with that few people. When you have 5 or 6 people in that group, there's usually only 1 to 2 on a part, and there's really nowhere to hide in that blend. And so it's been, this is my 3rd year in Extensions now, and it's been such a great learning experience. Dr. Reed actually sang in the group last semester.
That's right. I think I saw a concert.
Super fun. It was awesome. But I think I will say that the group, he does rock. The group singing has helped my solo singing, and that's usually what I tell people, incoming students who are asking questions about oh, well, I'm more of a solo singer, and this seems like a really ensemble-heavy school. Are there solo singing opportunities? And I always used to say, yes, there's a ton of solo singing opportunities, but the ensemble singing thing and the skill that comes from just the technical aspect of learning those parts that traverse your register. And your
It's so good for your ear. I mean, just to be able to hold, those seconds in tune.
It's like an etude, really.
Yeah.
When you're just shedding those parts on your own, and so I found that doing that really held my chops together. And I also find that sometimes after a summer of not singing in a group every day, I realized how much I almost relied on that to keep my chops up.
Right.
So I actually literally able to go through vocal charts just to kind of keep that skill going.
And are you doing alto stuff, or do you mix it up?
Last semester I sang some lead sop, which was not my bag. It was super challenging. I'm not a soprano and never have been. So that was really cool and really hard. And this semester, my friend Amy is singing lead sop, which she's killing. And I am back to my alto role, my comfy alto role.
Yeah. And those, I was singing alto in a 4-part group, and I remember when I was, learning my parts, it was it didn't sound like music. It's and then it's not until you get together with the other parts that you're just this is how it fits in. Oh yes, like it's like it's like the light bulb, just like, oh, this is great. And man, I would not do. I mean, alto to me is so much fun. Those inner parts are just so fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
Where was this picture taken?
This was so this was at an HMI orchestra concert.
Henry
so that's-
Mancini Institute.
Yes.
For those not in the know.
Yes, the Henry Mancini Institute. And most Henry Mancini fellows it's graduate students make up the Henry Mancini Institute Orchestra, and so this was a concert featuring the first half of this concert, which is not pictured, was Maria Schneider's kind of debut as the director of the Henry Mancini Institute, artistic director, and the second half featured Donnie McCaslin, who is pictured there. So we that's myself and my friend and fellow TA Charlie Christensen, who actually just successfully passed his doctoral defense and presentation, so he's like officially doctor.
Nice.
But that's the two of us there with Donnie. We sang a bunch of Donnie's original stuff and some David Bowie stuff, because for those who don't know, Donnie was the MD of Bowie's last record before he passed away.
Okay.
So that's and he's an awesome composer in his own right. It was a lot of fun, funky rock influence driven music, and so if Johnny's just singing there, we were all just like belting our faces off. It was awesome. It was a really fun concert. Also, like it's really thrilling when you're so used to. I mean, you can both kind of speak to this. When you're so used to playing with like a trio or a duo and singing jazz tunes, when you're like belting out rock music in front of a full orchestra, it's just this like wash of sound that I'm so not used to, and I was like, whoa.
It's all an experience. That's the fun thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have this photo here.
Oh.
So some traveling.
Yeah, so this, so Frost is part of this organization called the International Association of Schools of Jazz, which was founded by Dave Liebman.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's member schools from all over the globe, and every year they have it in a different city. I believe they had to cancel or postpone this summer's, which is a huge bummer, but they hopefully were back and raring to go, and they can continue the festivities next summer, because it was awesome. It was so this was in Zagreb, Croatia.
Wow.
And then so usually just a couple students from each member school get to go, and for a week they put you in groups, and they basically put you in groups trying to basically rather than like trying to base it on skill level, because pretty much everybody there is kind of operating on a pretty high level. They put everybody in groups based on where they're from, so they try to make sure like no two people from the same country are like in a group together. They try.
Oh, that's so cool.
In my one combo, this was at a jam session. So there would be jam sessions every night at this local club, and then every day you'd go to rehearsals and classes and master classes and whatnot at this local music school. And then at the end of the week, there's concerts, and it was awesome. It was a really cool experience. So like in my group alone, there were people from Paris, people from Portugal, people from Austria and Greece, and like in one group of people, and it was all original music too. So everybody came in with their original compositions, and we had about like 3 days of rehearsal with people we've never met, and sometimes with language barriers, to put together a completely original music, a concert completely made up of original music.
Oh, that's just so cool.
So it was and also it was my first time traveling internationally by myself.
Wow.
So that was kind of terrifying, but very liberating in its own way. Like the fact that I made it to another country and like found my hotel by myself and like I was like, wow, like that happened. Yeah.
It does give you the sense of independence that nothing else does when you're traveling by yourself, and you realize, oh, okay, I got it. I got to the airport. I got on the plane. I got off the plane. I got to the train station. I got to my hotel. Like all of those, it's like a tiny little, like huge wins, at each turn. So it's a great thing. So we'd love for you to play something else.
I think probably the last one, but I have a question for you. I think we're up against the clock here, so if you'll play one last song for us. But if you were to write that third grade letter at this point in your life, What are your future plans?
My future plans. Question. I would love to keep teaching. I've found that I really enjoy teaching, especially as being a graduate teaching assistant. I've really enjoyed working with undergrads, and I think that's something I could find myself continuing to enjoy doing, and directing my own vocal ensemble is something that I've also found that I really enjoy. I'm from LA, so I eventually want to move back there, and would eventually love to kind of work in session and film and TV sessions as a singer.
Nice.
And also a big thing would just be to finally start recording and releasing some of my own original music that I have yet to kind of actually record. I performed it. I have YouTube videos of being performed places, but really track it and put it out on streaming platforms. And
Right.
Right.
So that's kind of my
All right.
next couple of years.
Well, we will look out for Alex Brandenburg. Yes, we will. And in the meantime, you can go to her website, alexbrandenburg.com. That's Berg with a U and not an E.
That is a very important distinction.
I feel you, because Peterson, my last name is spelled so crazy with an E, a D instead of a T, and all E's. So so I feel you. So it's Alex Brandenburg with a U, and you can find her there. And so look out for her. We want to remind everybody that if you're watching, please share this to your page so all your friends can see it, and we can share music with the world, especially now. And also down at the bottom of of the screen, you'll see a virtual tip jar. So if you can and you are able to, and you're enjoying this, we would so appreciate you to drop a little something in the tip jar. It will be split between our two musicians tonight. So just for a little something, every little bit helps. So we'd appreciate it. And so we're gonna play out with Alex Brandenburg.
Awesome.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for coming.
much.
A pleasure. Absolutely.
Let's see. I'm gonna go out with a Rodgers and Hart tune called "I Didn't Know What Time It Was." This is one of my favorites as well. Well, every single tune I played is one of my favorites. So.
I didn't know what time it was, and I met you. Oh, what a lovely time it was, how sublime it was too. I didn't know what day it was. You held my hand, warm like the month of May it was, and I'll say it was great to be alive, to be young, to be mad, to be yours alone. Great to see your face, feel your touch, hear your voice, say I'm all you wrote. Oh, I didn't know what year it was. Life was no prize. I wanted love, and here it was, shining out of your eyes. I'm wise, and I know what time it is now. grand to be yours alone. Oh, grand to see your face, feel your touch, hear your voice, say I'm all your own. I didn't know what year it was. Life was no prize. I wanted love, and here it was, shining out of your eyes. I'm wise, and I know what time it is
Alex Brandenburg, thank you so much.
Thanks
Thank you for having
again.
me.
Oh, it was a blast. I love learning about you. So we'll see you soon, and you stay safe.
You too.
Take care.
Oh my goodness, that was so fun. So somebody brand new, feel like she's like coming out of the womb, you know,
Right.
like she's just fresh as a
Compared to
daisy.
us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
She's
compared
fresh-
to me.
Yeah, thank you. She's fresh as a daisy, and she's just so sweet. I love that. So I am beyond over the moon to talk about this next guy. He is one of our treasures. He is an international recording artist. He's a fantastic singer and saxophone player, an entertainer and band leader, and just about one of the best human beings you will ever meet in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Jones Jr. Woo!
Hey, Jesse.
How are you?
He's good.
Valley, just sitting here chilling out with my wife and my 2 dogs and my cat.
Have you left the house at all in the last month?
A couple of times. I sneak out.
Oh my gosh. What do you make of all of this?
Oh, man, this is cool, man. You know,
Yeah?
I was getting kind of frustrated for a while because I was supposed to get a call at 7:30, you know.
Uh-huh.
Nikki.
Were you supposed to call him?
You know, didn't you just hear it's going to be my 56th birthday? things start happening. Those little details, I start to forget them.
Oh, man. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. And are you keeping safe and being healthy and doing everything you're supposed to be doing? And
Yeah, we're doing the best we can. Can you hear? Was the music? Was it the background?
This is what Brenda said.
oh, Brenda said, turn up the background music, Jesse. You sound great.
Turn the background music.
Tell your band.
Tell your band to turn up a little bit.
All right.
Turn up just a little bit.
Okay, by golly. Hold on here. I'm not too good with these dabbling things. Here, hold on. A second. All right. I think I get it.
We've got people from Norway watching, people from Oklahoma City watching. We've
Holy
got all over. So people are excited about seeing you.
All right. by
You
golly.
see that? Look,
And I'm excited about playing for you too.
yeah. So how old were you when you started playing?
We know you were probably a little older than this.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
That is the cutest picture.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
Jesse,
Man.
you are adorable. You're still adorable though.
Oh my God. You know, I started in elementary school. Elementary school.
So young, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Liberty City.
Okay, so you are born and raised here.
Born and raised right here.
And tell us about this picture? I love seeing these old photos.
That's
Can-
my brother and I.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's I can't remember what we were. I don't know, maybe 13 or something, 10.
Were you playing at that point? Did you start dabbling?
Well, he
No,
said
not-
elementary
Not-
school.
Not then.
Okay.
Oh yes, I was. I was playing then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had I was playing then.
Which instrument did you pick up first, Jesse?
The C melody saxophone.
Okay.
It was one Christmas. My mother, I told them I wanted to play sax, and I don't know where they got the money from, but they bought me for Christmas a C melody sax, and I would you believe I played for my graduation from elementary school,
Wow.
Wow.
and guess what the tune was?
What was it?
All Lang Syne.
There you go.
That's amazing. I am from Miami, but I mean, I was actually born in California because my dad was in the service, but they met and married here. So for all intents and purposes, but there's so very few people that, really just were stayed here, were born and stayed, and you're close too, because you were born
Yeah.
somewhere else, but really grew up here.
I moved here in 1970, so this has been home for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, wow, that's cool, man. That's so cool.
Now, Jesse, you knew it the minute you put that in your mouth. You knew that's it. You're going to be a
I knew
musician.
it was a God-given gift, man. Because I couldn't get it out of me, and it was it had a hold of me.
And were your parents musical at all, or?
Well, my father, my dad, and my father, he played little drums and whistle,
Okay.
and my mom played piano for the church.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had, and then your brother, was just
Oh,
an
my
incredible,
Oh,
yeah.
man, I tell you, I could never keep up with him, mentally or physically.
Oh my gosh, I can just imagine what it would be like growing up in your house with the music and I think it just must have been fantastic.
You know, my brother and I, we used to practice every single day.
Really?
Every single day, and I'm surprised it didn't drive my parents, wacky.
Listen, they knew where you were. They were
Right,
probably happy to know
exactly.
exactly what you were doing.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. All right. So what's the story behind this picture?
What picture? Oh man, that was in Mississippi Valley State.
So you were in the marching band.
I was in the marching band and the concert band.
Wow.
And I played first year bassoon through high school and college.
Wow.
The junior
Bassoon?
high school,
Really?
high school, and college. That was my major, bassoon.
They always say that that's like one of those double reeded instruments are like the hardest. Did you was it hard for you to learn it, or you took to it?
Well, I took to it like I did my saxophone. I'm
See
self-taught.
that? You see there? It's
My
just
mom gave me a book and said, "You got it." My junior high school teachers, they needed during the concert seasons, they needed a bassoon, and so he said, "Mr. Thurston, come to me." He says, "We need a bassoon player, and I've nominated you." First thing I said, "Well, what the heck is a bassoon?" You know? And he opened the case. I say, "What? You want me to play that?"
That's huge.
The next year, I was holding down first chair.
Wow. You see that?
Wow.
That's incredible.
I think you had mentioned something like last week. Certain people that they're just everything's a challenge. It's like, well, you know what? I'm going to do bassoon. I'm going to play bassoon.
Yeah.
And they go for it.
I think there's some, like there's a lot of people who see an instrument and they're like, oh, I could never play that. And then there are other people that see an instrument and it's just like they pick it up. They just, they look at it,
Oh, yeah.
and then it's just, they can do it. They're not afraid. I think some of it is fear, just this fear of like, oh, am I going to be bad? Oh, can I, and it's just amazing when I meet people that are fearless about learning something, picking it up and just doing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, my grandson, Jarius, my youngest son,
Okay.
just got accepted. He graduated this year. He
Okay.
got accepted at the Juilliard School of Music.
Awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Fantastic.
He played alto and bassoon.
That is amazing.
Wonderful.
Like
You see
granddad.
that?
He's carrying on your bassoon tradition.
So we everybody has to be careful, about.
I wanted to check out this picture
Oh,
real
okay.
quick.
Oh wait, I'm being.
Oh, no, sorry.
Wait.
Here's this one here.
Oh yeah, I was in the Navy band then.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
That was back in the middle '60s.
So that's like Vietnam time.
Yes. Yes,
That
it
is
was. But
amazing.
we didn't go over to Vietnam. We travel a lot in the States, and we spent 4 months out of the year in South America.
Wow.
Okay.
And we played in every city in South America
Wow.
back in those days.
That is amazing.
You name the city, and we played there.
So you literally have been around the world.
Oh yeah. And would you believe in that show band? I was a tap dancer.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What haven't you done?
Well, see now I want to see that. Next time I see you in person, I'm going to make you dance
No,
for
you
me.
won't see that. I can't do the split like I used to.
Oh my God!
No,
Jesse!
really?
If I do
Oh.
the split now, you better call 911.
Well, we have a bunch more pictures that we want you to talk about, but would you play another song for us first?
Sure, let me get the guys together.
Yeah,
Please.
talk it over with the band.
We'll talk
Discuss.
with the band. Let's see here. What do we have, guys? Let's see here. Would you like to do Stars Fell on Alabama? Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay, let's see here. Hold on.
It's going to be the quarantine blues soon, Jesse.
Stars. You see, I'm not used to this computer stuff here.
Well, your band is just slow. I'm used to that too. Don't worry.
Wendy.
I tease.
Okay, I think the guys are ready.
Okay.
Beautiful.
All right, cool. Hold on.
Jesse Jones Jr.
The name of this tune is called Stars Fell on Alabama,
Great tune.
and it was by Frank Perkins. All right, guys, count it off. I say count it off.
Thank you.
Something like that.
Very nice. I love your heart when you play. It just comes right through your horn. That's my favorite thing about you is just,
Thank you.
you know, I feel your heart. I don't see your brain. I see your heart. I feel it, you know. It's
It's
Not-
lucky you don't see my brain.
I just think it's fantastic.
Thank you so very much.
Oh, that's right. Jesse Jones Jr. was the recipient of the Miami Jazz Cooperative's Lifetime Achievement Award. That was
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
And something
that was
else.
very special to me.
And well, you guys are so special to us. And I know that we did a concert with you and your brother, honoring both of you. And would you mind if we played a little clip of that?
yeah. It was the announcement, I'm guessing, of it.
Not at all.
Yeah. So this just has some great pictures of you.
My brother Melton Mustafa.
You can just see by those clips what a great relationship you guys had musically
I showed
and
him my
personally.
brother, Melton Mustafa.
So, because family is so important and social distancing is a thing where we have to be away from our family, but we can't, we wanted to bring on for you just to say hi, somebody from your family. So here we are. We got Melton Mustafa Jr.
Oh man.
Hey,
How you doing?
hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, man. Glad to see
I
you.
miss you, Uncle Jesse. Miss you.
Big one?
I miss being able to see you.
Oh yeah, I know, man. Same here, by golly. Same here.
Yeah.
Good
It's
to
so
see you.
Yeah, man.
it's such a crazy thing. How are you doing through all this, Melton? You're still.
It's a tremendous learning curve. I teach school full time, and just dealing with being at home and then working from home it's different. It's very different.
Yeah. I think that's for everybody. It's like, how do we, especially music, how do you engage kids in music when, with this TV screen in front of you? It's very, very difficult. I can't imagine what it's like. I'm teaching private lessons online, but with a whole band, I don't know how
Yeah.
that works.
Yes, it's pretty challenging. One thing that I've started doing is just incorporating a little bit more music theory and listening assignments. Giving them some great artists to listen to, or like the Marines band or
Right.
Count Basie or whatever. So that's really working out.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Well, and you're being careful and being safe and staying
Yeah,
sane.
Right.
Gloves and masks.
You have to be safe. Better safe than sorry.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm so proud of my nephews. I tell you, my brother produced and his wife produced some fine musicians. Starting with you and your brother Yamin and Jihad. Wonderful. I'm so proud of y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we have a few photos here that we'd like to just run by you with all of you here, and Jesse, you can comment on them. And your dad's a young whippersnapper here in Melton.
Let's see. Oh, so what we got here?
Oh wow. Wow.
That was a funk group I was in back in the '80s. It's called Notorious Miami.
Wow.
Feel that
Yeah.
roach.
Yeah, we had our number one hit nationally was a tune called "Kill That Roach."
Oh my
No.
goodness.
Yes. Yes.
Well, we are known for our roaches, right? Isn't that kind of like the thing? The size of our Miami's got big roaches. I mean, I guess
I'm
that's
telling you.
unless it was the drug euphemism. I don't know. It could have been.
I'm gonna tell you something about that. We had a contract with what's the company? Terminac.
Oh,
Terminex?
okay.
Yeah,
The insect.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gets rid of the.
I think it is Terminex.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had a contract with them, and after they listened to it a few more times, they pulled the contract up because they were thinking that so many people was thinking about drugs.
Right.
No,
Oh,
Right.
was
It
that
wasn't written for drugs. It was written for roaches.
for roaches? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so funny. Brenda Alford says she remembers that song.
She do?
No.
Oh,
That-
man.
That's
Kill
what she
that
says.
roach.
She says, I remember that song.
Dum, 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 kill that roach.
Was that really it? Catchy.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a great picture.
What do
right
we
here.
got? Oh my gosh.
Oh, man, that's the big Melton Mustafa Big Band. That year, I think it was 1985.
85.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we performed with Joe Williams.
Amazing.
Yeah, ironically, I just posted the playbill for this concert. It was the Hollywood Jazz Festival's 1985 at Young Circle.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it had the Melton Mustafa Orchestra featuring Joe Williams, also Roy Haynes,
Wow.
Jerry Mulligan, Nestor
Yeah.
Torres, and one more person. I can't remember who it was, but it was a big concert, at Young Circle.
Right.
Hollywood Jazz
Nice.
Festival.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that was a great night, I tell you.
Yeah.
And then, of
So
course,
fun.
there's clips here that just shows the great bond and chemistry that you had with your brother.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
the,
Oh, yeah.
so fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fan-
Beautiful.
He was a
That's the
marvelous guy. Yeah, and what a great musician your brother
Oh,
was.
yes. Oh, yes. Yeah,
You know-
go ahead.
I know this is about you, but I was fortunate enough. I really didn't get to play much with Melton, but when they did the tribute to Whit Seidner when he retired at University of Miami, they asked Jim Gager and I to play a tune, and so we did A Child Is Born, and at the last, probably a week before we were supposed to do it, I think Gary Keller, who was organizing it, said, "Hey, would you mind if Melton played with you? We're looking for a spot to have. We really want him in the show." And we're like, "Of course." And then it was so funny because we had this whole arrangement. It's like, okay, how are we going to fit Melton? And we rehearsed with him a half hour before the show, and it was the most musical thing. And if anybody's curious, you can go on YouTube and look it up. I think it was called Whitstock, and you can put my name and Melton. And what he did was amazing.
I heard that.
It's one of my proudest moments that is around. It's so lovely.
We had so much fun on the stage together,
Yeah.
We were a serious musician, but we had a certain comedy type act that fitted what we were doing.
Yeah. It was surprising to me because I had heard you as, with your own groups and then Melton with his own groups, and I had hardly seen the two of you guys together. And then I remember finally being able to catch you guys doing a night where you were together, and man, it was just, you guys were out of sight. Because it was, the music, that was a given, but the chemistry and the fact that, you both have that sort of great way to engage the audience, it was quite something to see.
Thank you, man.
Well, and there's that thing. You can be serious about music, but music is not serious. You know what I mean? It's meant to bring joy and emotions. It can be sad and whatever. But if I feel like if musicians take it too seriously, then it just gets weighed down. It becomes it becomes about them and not necessarily the music.
It's like having your family or friends over to your house and you're sitting down and just conversing together. You're
Right.
laughing together, you can sing
Yes.
together, you laugh together. That's what it's about when I'm on stage.
Yeah. And it shows. You bring such a beautiful joy to everything. I just love it so much.
Melton, I'm guessing your father around the house was probably your entrance to music, or?
Interesting enough, my dad was on tour with the Basie Band, and I was going into ninth grade at Miami Carroll City High School, and I was, I signed up. You know how you have to do the card to sign up all of the classes you're going to take?
That's right.
Well, I put, the typical sports-related type stuff, and I showed it to my mom. My mom was like, "No, you're going to take band." And I was like, "I don't want to take band." But anyway, long story short, I started the band in Miami Carroll City when my dad was on the road with the Basie Band. By the time he got off of the road, I was really, really playing.
Wow.
Yeah, really fun.
So it was your mom who opened that, pushed you out the window.
I was close.
Oh man, you can't tell mom no. She'll fuss at you.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
Wow.
I thank you so much, Melton, for coming on and helping us ease your uncle's, quarantine.
Solitude.
Yeah, quarantine solitude. We really appreciate it. And I don't know about you, but I want to hear another song. That's what I want.
You want to hear another song?
too.
Yes, please get that band, whip that band in shape.
Okay,
Melton,
hold on.
Thanks again,
Melton,
Milton.
thank you so much, and be
right.
safe.
Look
and-
forward to hearing you too when
Yes.
this is all over. All right,
Sounds
man.
good.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thanks for coming on.
All right. You guys, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, you're talking to your band.
He's talking to the band.
I know. Sorry.
Let's do I want to sing one.
Oh, please.
You guys don't mind, right? Okay, all right. Okay, let me look it up here. Let me get the charts up. I know you need the charts on this one. Okay.
They're the
All right.
quietest band ever. I love them.
Oh, I love these guys, man. No
Respectful.
No problems at all with this band. Okay, here we go. This is a tune entitled Bill Bailey. Now, I think my sound went off. Can you hear me there? Can you hear me?
Mike.
You're all
maybe
good.
that's what you were saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
sir.
Yeah.
Okay. This
We're
is
good.
a tune that was done by Hoochie Cannon, and this gentleman who wrote this tune has something very in common with my dad, and it is that this tune was written in 1902, the same year my dad was born, in 1902, and it's titled Bill Bailey. All right, okay, guys, hit it. You guys are too loud right now. You guys are too, what happened? Come on, guys, what's up? Can we start this over again? All right, we're gonna start this over again. Okay. All right, guys, let's hit it this time, okay? No messing around.
Tell that band to turn down.
Yeah.
Fire them after this.
It's time you went home, Bill Bailey. It's time you went home. You got a woman there this morning all night long. She said she'd do the cooking, Billy. Pay the telephone bill and the rent. She know you done her wrong, yeah. Stop thinking about that rainy evening. She kicked you out with nothing but a fine tooth comb. Well, I know that it's a shame, Bill, but maybe you're the blame, Bill. So Billy, going on home. Ah. Oh, hey, it's time you went home, Bill Bailey. It's time you went home. You got a woman there that's mourning all night long. She said she'd do the cooking, Billy. Pay the telephone bill and the rent. She know you've done her wrong, yeah. Stop thinking about that rainy evening. She kicked you out with nothing but a fine tooth comb. Well, I know that it's a shame, Bill, but maybe you're the blame, Bill. So So Billy, going on home. Going on home. Oh, was the guys okay?
Yes.
You were better, yeah.
You know
What
what? I love hearing you sing. I really do.
Oh, man. I'm not a singer, you know that.
It's not about that. It really isn't about that. It's about it's your joy. It's your spirit. It just comes straight through everything. It's so good.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Give my money back now.
Oh my God, you're bad.
When did you decide? When did you start singing? When did that become like part of your thing, or was it always just you didn't even think twice?
I didn't even think twice because I started off scatting first.
Right, and you were tap dancing. That's right. So
Right. And so my first scatting gig was with Clark Terry
wow,
about 100 years ago.
wow, and he's the one who did the Mr. Mumbles thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because you do some really funny stuff with your scatting, with the singing and I love it. It's so
When
much
this
fun.
quarantine is over, everybody make sure you go see Jesse. Because
Absolutely.
this is Jesse sort of tame. This is mellow Jesse.
Yeah, well, okay, all right.
Hey, I have a lovely clip of you playing Stardust. Can I play that?
Well, you do?
Yep, Stardust.
Sure.
Here we go.
I like to hear that myself.
Here it comes.
You know,
That was beautiful.
That was in performance I did in Russia a while
Oh.
back.
So
No,
that would have been this?
Was it Russia? Yeah,
Oh, well, this was Russia.
that's Russia.
Yeah.
That was October last year.
Yeah. Well, you usually go every year, don't you?
Well, you know, I've been going over there off and on since 1999.
Right. So did you have plans to go this year?
Not now.
Well, not now, but I mean, was there plans and then they got canceled, or?
No. Well, this year I'll be performing, if the virus let me, in September in Germany. I'll be doing
Okay.
Germany tour.
I wonder if that's going to be able to happen. You know, that's one of the things we wonder about, like how long is it going to be before people feel comfortable going into clubs and things like that, or you know, before it feels semi-normal again. You
Right.
know.
I understand it. Yeah, definitely. I know that the promoters over there, they simply said if things wasn't right, it won't happen.
Yeah.
So I'm good either way.
Yeah.
I know you've played the Umbria Jazz Festival a bunch of times. They
Oh,
love you
yeah.
over there, don't they?
Now this was in China.
Oh, was it? So they have the Umbria Jazz also presents there?
Yeah, yes.
Cool.
I was over in Italy just almost every year traveling with the Alan Harris Band.
Okay.
In fact, he was very instrumental in me going to these different parts of the country and cities, and I really appreciate it. All
Are you-
kudos to him.
Do you like to travel? Are you one of those people that just loves the whole idea of it, or is it a chore to you?
I love traveling.
Yeah.
I love the long airplane rides and all that stuff.
Oh, really? You like that?
But basically, I love meeting new people
Yeah.
and seeing
Right,
different
right.
buildings and seeing different cities and see how they live and
Yeah.
that type of thing. You know,
Yep.
that's amazing. The only part about that bothers me is that, you know, sometimes I take my wife with me, but a lot of times she can't go. And
Right.
some of the sceneries that I see, you can't really explain them to my
Yeah.
wife
Right. You
Yeah.
miss them.
because they're so beautiful and so colorful.
It's true.
That's the only thing about traveling.
Like this, for instance? What was going on there?
That was in Israel.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
we went up to see the monitors and all that kind of stuff, and these guys was walking through the park and taking pictures. I said, "Oh man, let me take a picture with you guys."
Now, Rick Katz brought it to our attention that you were the first person to play at the Jazz in the Gables when it was getting off the ground.
Oh yes.
Yep. So this is you playing Jazz in the Gables.
Oh,
First,
wow.
the first one. And you know what's funny? We have somebody watching on YouTube, Zelda Malovitz,
Yes.
and so clearly this person must be a sax player, because it says, "Did you already discuss Mr. Jones's setup? Horn, mouthpiece, reeds, how long he's played this axe?" I mean, that would not come to my mind in a million years, but I know that's all very, very important to sax players. So I don't know if you have anything you want to say about your setup and your mouthpiece. Or whatever.
Well, usually I 99% of the time I'm playing instrumentals.
Right.
And I use piano, upright bass, and drums. Usually, 99% and 99%. And it's Brian Murphy
Yeah.
on piano, and Paul Tuchuk on bass, and James Cockman
Right.
on drums. And the mouthpiece I use a Myers 5-star, medium.
Okay.
So if they get that mouthpiece, they'll sound like you.
Just like you.
Oh yeah. and I play on a King Super 20 alto.
And how long have you had that? Have you had the same horn for most of your life, or is
Most
this?
of my life?
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
Over 20 years now.
Is it like it's your friend, like it's part of your body, or?
It's more than that.
It's you, right?
It's me.
That's like a couple years ago when somebody broke into Nicole Yarling's car and took her violin. I thought,
yeah.
I mean, like to her that was. That's part of her. I mean,
Yeah.
part of her soul was, and luckily she got it back. You know, thank
Yeah.
goodness. But that's devastating. You've had that happen to you too, yeah?
Jesse, this picture.
That's my wife,
There
Nice.
she is.
Thelma Jones.
Me and Mrs.
Exactly.
Do you sing that to her?
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
That's a great picture.
Usually when I try to serenade her, she just walk away. She shakes her head. Oh no.
Wow. Jesse, thank you so much for sharing these pictures and your stories. And we could obviously go on and on and on. We barely scratched the surface of your experiences and your career and all that. But
Can we just put one last picture on? Because I don't know if many people know this, but you spent your kind of your day gig for most of your life was what?
A bailiff in the courtroom.
That's right. And every lawyer I ever spoke to, when they found out I was a jazz musician, said, "Hey, I know the sax player that's a bailiff." You know what? And I just thought that's how people, regular people knew you.
Yeah, I retired. I put 23 years in. Retired about 10 years ago now, something like that.
Did you enjoy it?
I love every day. I love getting up in the morning, going to work. I
Wow.
really enjoyed every single day of my work at the courthouse.
so you were doing that all day and then had that energy to gig at night?
Yes, sure was.
But you know what? You are that kind of a person. I feel like you make the best out of everything.
Thank you so very much.
It's like you could have worked bagging groceries or greeting people at Walmart, or and you would still be happy to see everybody. I don't know.
You'd have the same energy no matter
it's
what.
It's who you are. It's just you. That's just
thank
you.
you so much. Well, that's how I was brought up.
Yeah.
That's from mom and dad.
Yes, but it's also just you. It's just you.
Yeah. Definitely.
You're a good guy.
Thank you very much.
That's why we love you.
We love you too, by golly.
Are we going to do one more?
Can you do one more? Is your band willing to do one more?
Are you willing to do one more?
Because or I can take them out on a clip. Because I'm an old cowhand, which is killing.
Well, why don't you do that?
Okay, and we'll come back
man.
and say goodnight to you after the clip.
Okay, cool.
All right. Hold on a second.
Let's see what we got.
Let's get you from bailiff to this.
Bet you never heard this before in the jazz set.
Yeah.
And that was the great Brian on
Yes.
on piano. Yeah. So just thank you so much. It's so fun learning about you and seeing pictures of you when you were growing up, and I'm getting to imagine what the little Jesse Jones and Melton were like, and it's just great. Thank you for welcoming us into your home.
It's a pleasure. And I'm honored. Thank you so very much, both of you.
Look forward to seeing you again, man, real soon. Give a big hug to your band members for us.
Sure. You hear that, guys?
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Jones Jr. Thanks again, Jesse.
Yay!
Good night.
Thank you so
Much
much.
love and respect.
Yes,
Likewise.
stay safe, both you and Thelma.
Sure. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So once again, you've spent a Monday night with us, and we hope you enjoyed it. And I know that we did. It's so fun to learn, more about the people and from our community, and people that are, like Alex, who's just passing through our community and going to school and learning and growing here, and then taking a little piece of Miami with her when she leaves. And somebody like Jesse, who grew up here, was born here and raised here and stayed here, and has made our community so much richer and magical, I think, actually. So we want to let you know 2 big things coming up. This Friday, very important, is going to be a celebration of the birthday of Ira Sullivan. He is going to be 89 years old, and it is his actual birthday this Friday, May 1st at 2 p.m. We will be celebrating live, and we're going to have a lot of special guests, and he's going to play for us, and we're still working on it, but it's shaping up to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Nikki is working very, very hard, and so is Rick Katz and everybody to get everything ready. So we're really looking forward to celebrating with Ira Sullivan. We hope you'll join us.
Ira wrote today that he just learned a new instrument today, social media.
Yeah, we coaxed him through getting on camera, and everything it's going to work. It's going to be great. And then on Monday night, our usual 8 o'clock Jazz and Conversation, we're going to feature The Lost Melody, which is Jamie Owsley and Joe Davidian and Austin McMahon. And they have a brand new record coming out. I'm curious. I have a question for them, because they're always 3. They always play together, but sometimes it's the Joe Davidian band. Sometimes it's the Jamie Owsley band. Sometimes it's Austin McMahon. And now it's like brand new. It's called The Lost Melody. Which, what does it all mean? That's my question for them.
Good.
But it should be a lot of fun, and I know it's going to be some great music. We hope you'll join us then. You can please like us on Facebook, the Miami Jazz Cooperative page, so you'll get notified when we're going live. And also we have a new YouTube channel, which you can subscribe to, which is very exciting. I feel much younger than I actually am. No, I feel much older. Doing stuff like this, I feel much older. And also, if you could please, if you liked what you heard and you are able to, you can support our musicians with the MJC virtual tip jar. You can just text tip jar to 44321. All the money that goes in will be split between Alex Brandenburg and Jesse Jones Jr. And it's just a little something to show our appreciation, especially in these hard times when nobody's worked for 6 weeks now. So that would, if you can, that would be wonderful. We would so appreciate it. But we hope to see you again really, really soon, this Friday and next Monday. Thanks so much from the MJC family. We will see you next time.